Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, what's up? My name is vianney.strick. Thank you so much for being here. As you guys can see by the title, today we're going to be doing a full face of Catrice. Catrice is such an underrated and affordable brand as a whole, and I just wanted to either show you guys a bunch of products that I really like or try a bunch of products that I've never tried. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join my squad. Let's get into it. I am freezing right now. I'm in Houston, Texas, and we're going through like a freeze. And I mean, it's a freeze, but I know that all the northerners are like, it's all good, but we're just not used to this. Hopefully all the lights warm me up. So, like I mentioned, today we're going to be doing a full face of Catrice. Nothing is sponsored. For full transparency, they did send me some products and I was like, I only need to buy a couple more to make it a full face. So I bought like the other half, and then a small percentage I already had that I really love. So it's kind of a mixture of first impressions, reviews, recommendations, all that jazz. The products that I did buy, I actually bought them on Amazon. They do sell on Amazon. I believe they don't sell at Ulta anymore. I think it's all online, but you can buy it on Amazon. So like, you know, but of course I will link everything down below. So for primer, we're gonna start out with this one. This is the Vitamin C Fresh Glow Primer. 2% stabilized vitamin C. It's supposed to hydrate, nourish, and revitalize the skin for a fresh glow. Dermatology tested. Dermatology tested. I wish a dermatologist texted me. Oh, okay. So it's like a creamy consistency. Oh. I wanted to see if it smelled like oranges. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Why not? I was gonna say lightweight moisturizer. It is like lightweight like feeling, but on the skin, ooh, this is feeling really nice. The formula itself is lightweight, but the more I rub it into the skin, my skin feels so nice. Wait, this feels really nice. Okay. It did give me a little bit of a glow, but it's like extremely natural. There is no shimmer in this. I think it's just glowy because it's hydrating, because I don't know, I don't think that there's any actual like glow in it. My skin looks really pretty. It looks hydrated, a little dewy, but it feels so nice. It feels like I do have a layer of like kind of like a balmy moisturizer. Like it just feels very nice, like slidey. Like I like it a lot, and my skin feels super nourished. Okay, so first impressions, that feels really nice, and I'm telling you, it created such like a slippy, slidey like texture on my skin that I see how this would be really nice for under foundation. So far, so good. Let's keep going. They sent over the Catrice True Skin Foundation. I have tried this before. I just don't remember. I think I had the wrong shade. I literally remember trying this, but I don't remember how I felt about it. I don't know. But everybody like raves about this foundation. Everybody says that it literally is like a high-end foundation. So I'm super excited to try it out. It is pretty light, so I didn't do any like fake tan. So we are gonna be some lighter girls today. It says it's true skin but better. Hydrating foundation with a hyaluronic acid and watermelon seed oil leaves a perfectly even skin tone and natural matte finish. Medium to high coverage with a comfortable skin feeling. Okay, interesting. So medium to full coverage, hydrating, but natural matte finish. It kind of sounds like perfection. So I have the shade 40 Neutral Hazel. Not gonna lie, this is the shade that I picked. When they asked me if they could send me some products, they asked me for my shades. What I will say is that their shade range is kind of confusing, so keep that in mind. I think this undertone will work for me, but as you guys can see, it's very light, but honestly, it's probably gonna work with how pale I am right now. And this is what it looks like. It's a little bit runny, nothing too watery, kind of like in the middle. So why don't we do maybe half of the face first? I mean, this is gonna match me perfectly right now. I'm just worried that if I really like it, it's not gonna match me when I get a little bit deeper. Hope that you're having a good start of your year. If you are going through a freeze right now, I hope that you're staying safe. I hope that you have power. I hope you are just doing well. It's actually a pretty good shade for me. I wish it was a little bit like warmer, but this is a neutral shade and it is a good neutral shade. Honestly, picking the shades are kind of hard because I could have gone for something warmer, but it would have been way too dark for me. So I decided just to stick to my tone with a different undertone. And obviously, if it's close enough, you can make it work. It definitely gave me a medium to full coverage. Obviously, we do have a glowy primer underneath, and so it doesn't necessarily look matte, but it does look like a nice natural finish. Nothing too dewy, nothing too much. This is with nothing. This is with. My skin is behaving right now, so obviously I don't have too much to cover, but as you guys can see, it really is such like a true skin looking foundation. I only used one pump for my whole face, and it seems to be more than enough, to be honest. It's giving me like a very similar finish. It's still like a nice medium to full coverage. It didn't really like sheer it out, and both sides look really good. Like both sides look the same. I'm so used to not being like this light. This is the lightest you'll ever see me. I usually start getting tan right about now. Let's try this out for the first time. They did send this to me. It's called the Magic Shaper. It's a contour and a glow stick, and it's in the shade medium. Oh, it's not like super creamy. I definitely did have to tug a little bit. So I think, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Should we put this on a brush or should we just draw it in? No, we do both. So I'm going to draw. It's definitely a little stiff. Like that's definitely going to move your foundation. So maybe I should put it on the brush if I'm being honest. And I don't want to like move anything around. Okay, well that blended very nicely. I don't know if you guys can tell, but look, you see how it's just like tugging at my skin? Obviously it's not like a huge deal, but if you do have foundation under, like you don't want that to move. So I'm just gonna like warm it up on the back of my hand first. I don't know. I think it looks pretty on the skin, and it's a nice color that is definitely giving me a little something, but the stick itself is just not super like melting onto the skin. And because it's not melting onto the skin, it's also not really melting onto the brush. I'm like literally putting on so much because it's really not grabbing that much product. If you were like using this on your bare skin, I think you might have an easier time with this, but because I already have base products on, this definitely just wouldn't be a go-to. The formula itself though, seems like it's like a very buildable formula. It is blending really nicely and seamlessly. The color is nice. It's like a natural finish, but the application process is definitely taking way too long, especially for like a stick product. Oh, you know what? This actually might be perfect for nose contouring because see how sharp you can get the lines because it's not melting onto the skin? This might be really nice for a contour that you're not trying to necessarily like spread too much, because now, like with the nose, I can just blend this out and it stays where I put it. I don't think I'd be using this on my face, but if you're looking for like a nice nose contour, this actually might be like a really good one. And you can, of course, use the glow side to also add it to your nose. And this is shade medium, and it's like a pale gold highlighty, as you guys can see. Even the highlighter as well is also not very creamy, so that is how I feel about that, but I will definitely keep using this for my nose because it's a really good shade. So let's do concealer first. These I actually grabbed from my drawers because I used to be obsessed with this concealer, and that's why it has a hair on it. These concealers are really good. I honestly just don't use them anymore just because I'm trying out so many products, but I'm pretty sure this made it into like my best of makeup of last year. This is the True Skin Concealer that goes with the foundation. It's a high coverage concealer with hyaluronic acid and it's waterproof. This is the shade 032 Neutral Biscuit. It says it's a comfortable high coverage concealer with moisturizing Hydro Boost complex, won't settle into fine lines, soft matte finish. It does have a pointy applicator, and you guys know I'm a full coverage girl when it comes to concealer, and the shade is perfection. Let me know in the comments if you guys remember when I used to like talk about this concealer. Now let's do a little bit on the sides of the nose. I remember freaking loving this. I just wish that they still sold at Ulta. It makes me so sad because it really is such a great affordable brand that now maybe people won't know about because it's not at Ulta stores anymore. And that's also another good reason to do this video. Do we see what's going on here? I should have done one under eye. Sorry about that. And you know what? This is a brand new one. I just realized I thought it was gonna be old. I just opened it. It's never been opened. So I'm gonna start using this more often. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I forgot all about this. I honestly think this is so versatile and it would work for a lot of skin types if I'm being honest. So now that we're snatched, let's add some cream blush, which I've actually never tried. Dang it, they had an under eye brightener that I forgot about. For cream blush, this will be a first time for me. They did send over these. So these are the Cheek Flirt face sticks. You know, it seems like everyone's in their peach era, so why don't we do peach? So this is in the shade RN Peach. It's a face stick, and it's supposed to just be a cream blush, I guess. So let's try this out. Okay. I will do it like a normal human being. It is retractable, so we like that. Okay, see, it just feels very, I don't know, it's just not melting onto the skin. Like, it really is kind of tugging a little bit. It is a beautiful shade, though. Do you guys hear that? I don't know. I just don't want to move anything under. So maybe I should grab what I have on the back of my hand and then pounce it in. I will say, I do prefer like a cream or liquid blush that isn't so like I don't like my makeup to spread out so much, so I actually do prefer cream products and liquids half the time. So that's good, but it's just not very creamy. I do think it's a very beautiful like finish. Like, the shade is really pretty, the formula is nice, it's a nice dewy finish. It's probably buildable because it looks a little sheer right now, but again, I just don't have time to like warm things up on the back of my hand. But if you don't mind like a stiffer formula, if that's something you prefer, you might really like this. Like, it's obviously doable. I mean, I'm working it right now, but because I know that I have to kind of warm it up in the back of my hand first, it would probably just not be the first thing that I reach for. I will say though, after making it work, that is absolutely stunning. And it is dewy, but it doesn't feel greasy. It's like very lightweight, and that is what I have to say about that. She's cute. I'm excited about this powder though, because I've never tried it. This is the Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder Waterproof. By the way, I don't know if I've already said this a bunch of times, but I keep getting comments that I always look this way. My monitor is right there. So if I'm doing this and I'm looking this way, it's because I need to make sure that this is actually in focus. Or if I'm doing my makeup, I need to make sure that I'm in focus. If not, could you imagine the whole video not being in focus? So if you ever see me looking this way, I hope that you don't mind. And then honestly, you can kind of see all angles of the makeup while I'm looking that way anyways. So it says a long-lasting mattified and flawless complexion, resists humidity for every skin tone, soft focus, vitamin A and E. You do get a mirror, and this is what it looks like. Let's grab some product and start setting everything. I don't know why I expected to like feel it being dry right off the bat, and it doesn't feel like anything actually. Okay, so far so good. It definitely does have a soft focus mattifying aspect to it, but it doesn't feel drying at all. So far I appreciate that actually. And shout out to this blush. It is still like very prominent on the skin. So, you know, obviously pros and cons for everything, but I will say this blush is still popping through that powder, so we love that. This is a really nice powder. It's very lightweight. It definitely did blur the skin, but as you guys can see, it's still letting, see? That's why I look that way. I need to make sure I'm focused. You see how it's like still letting the glow from that blush come through? Is it the most mattifying? No. Is it the most blurring? No. But did it blur and mattify and set my makeup without feeling dry? Yes. So that's really nice. If you have drier skin, maybe don't be so afraid of this, because I feel like this looks terrifying if you have dry skin. I think it looks great. I am so excited to try out this bronzer. It's not like the bronzer shade that I would normally go to, but it does look like a dupe for something, and so I'm excited to try this out for you guys. It is called the Holiday Skin. It is a bronzer and a highlighter, and this looks exactly like the like the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer Superstar, Bronze Star, something like this. I got this shade 010 out of office. It says it's a silky highlighter and a matte bronzer for a soft contour and a glowy summery tanned complexion. I touched this bronzer with my finger and it feels amazing. It feels so like luxurious, and then the highlighter feels pretty good too. Definitely more of a neutral, cooler tone type of bronzer, and then a pretty like pale gold type of highlight. I don't think it's gonna warm my face up very much, but because we do have a lighter foundation on, I think it might actually do something. So I'm gonna start like pouncing it in first and see where that takes us. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely getting pigment. It's very pigmented, but it just feels so like buttery soft. Yeah, this is definitely giving more of a chiseled neutral look. It's such a beautiful silky formula. It's kind of reminding me of like the Milani Silky bronzer, but a little bit of a softer formula. Like this actually does pick up a lot of product in one go. This bronzer just feels and looks like a high-end bronzer. So that's super nice. And then I guess we'll do a little bit of highlighter. I'll just add a little bit, even though we don't need it, just to check out the formula. Ooh, okay. Yeah, definitely blinding, but you know, not in a horrible way. That's really pretty. I like this. This is nice. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose as well. Yeah, that's really, really nice. Formula is nice, buttery, creamy, blendable. I really like this. I follow Kelly Gooch here on YouTube, and I believe this is like her favorite blush ever, or in the past couple months. I don't know if this is the right shade or not, but she has been raving about this formula, so I'm excited to try it out. This is the Air Blush Glow, and I got the shade 20 Cloud Wine. Oh, that's cute. Like Cloud 9, but Cloud Wine. If I use that as an Instagram caption, don't call me out, okay? This is what it looks like. It's like a little mosaic type blush. And then I guess if we swirl it all together, we get a dusty type of rose. I know we already have glow on the skin, but let's see how pigmented this is as a blush. Oh, that's really, really pretty. Okay, I thought it might be like too light for me, but that is actually building up really, really well. And it is actually giving me way more pigment than I thought it would. So funny because it's so cold outside. I'm so pale. It's winter time and I'm like, oh, glowy makeup. Let's pretend. It looks really pretty. It's definitely like a nice glowy blush. It's like very thin formula, but it's melting onto the skin. It's a little bit more sheer, but it definitely built up into like a nice medium pigmentation, and the glow is actually a pretty glow. It's not like a harsh glow. So I definitely agree with Kelly Gooch on this one. This is really, really pretty. So for eyeshadow, this is going to be a first time for me. I did buy a palette. It is called the Hot Cocoa palette. And yes, I did in fact choose the neutral one on purpose. So there are only 4 matte shades and the rest are shimmer. Interesting. They have like a, almost like a harder formula, like they're like pressed kind of hard, but they're very creamy and pigmented. That looks absolutely stunning. What do we do? Should we do like a smoky eye? According to TikTok, the clean girl aesthetic is out and the mob wife aesthetic is in. What that means, I have no idea, but what I've seen is a lot of people doing smokier eyeshadows. I'm first gonna go into this shade right here. Going in with a smaller brush, I think we're just gonna do like a smoky eye. So I'm gonna bring this all the way in, and right now this is really, really pretty. I'm literally using the exact same shade, and it's nice because it is pigmented, but you can definitely sheer it out, or you can really like build it up. Let's grab this red shade. It's like a burnt reddish type of shade, and I guess we're just gonna do a halo eye because I just decided this. Okay. I'm starting to get hives, as most of you guys know. So if you start seeing the hives, it is what it is. Let's just pretend that they're not there. This is looking really, really pretty. Everything is blending nicely. Everything is building nicely. Right now, I'm really enjoying this palette. I'm gonna grab that deepest shade, the deepest matte shade, which is almost like a plum. And I'm just going to deepen out the inner and outer corner a little bit before we put on the shimmer shade. I'm gonna put it on dry first, just to like see what it's working with. I'm going to grab this shade right here. I don't think there's any shade names. It's just shade number 5. And let's just apply it first this way. It is a pretty shimmer, but it's definitely not like extremely reflective. It does look really, really pretty though. And then I kind of want to grab this shade right here. It's just a little bit lighter, and I'm just gonna put that in the middle. It's a beautiful pigmented shimmer. It's just not like super reflective. I actually don't mind that. I think that looks very, very pretty. Why don't we go ahead and do a wet brush? So I'm gonna do a mixture of both, because why not? And just see if it makes much of a difference. Nah, it doesn't. Okay. I think that they're very pretty, they're pigmented, and they're wearable, but if you're looking for like a very in-your-face shimmer, then this is not the palette for you. Just to speed up the video a little bit, we're gonna grab that crease shade and just kind of put it everywhere on the bottom lash line, as always. And then I'm gonna grab a mixture of the plum shade and the red shade and just put that in the outer corner just to kind of smoke it out. Stunning. Okay, and then lastly, with a wet brush, we are gonna add an inner corner highlight. So I'm just grabbing this like frosty white shimmer shade, and we're just gonna pack it on. That's so pretty. I think it looks stunning. So I do really, really like this. Okay, moving on. I love this look. Okay, so for eyeliner, we have blue and green. Okay, I don't know about this. It's called the it's not calligraph, it's calligraph. So it's supposed to be like calligraphy, right? So how would you say that? Calligraph? Calligraph. These are supposed to be liquid matte liners. If I had to pick one, I would maybe pick the green one, because I think the green one would look better with this look. I don't know what to do, you guys, because we are gonna test out a mascara. Okay. Should I do like just a line just to see how it goes over eyeshadow? You guys know I prefer a brush tip, but it's definitely like doing its thing. It is very like vibrant and pigmented and matte, and it's easy to use. So I definitely like, as a quick first impression, it's definitely doing what it said it would. You know, I actually don't hate this. I think if you look closely, like you can definitely see it, but if you look from far away, it just kind of looks like a tiny, tiny little pop of color. That looks cute. So far I am liking it. I did pick up a mascara that I have no idea if it's gonna be any good or not, but we're not gonna judge a mascara by how it looks like it's 30 years old. This is called the Glam and Doll False Lashes Mascara, and the shade Blackest Black, I think. I have never really used Catrice mascaras ever, and so I just picked the one that had the best reviews on Amazon. Oh, yay! It is a silicone brush, and this just looks like a brush that I would really, really like. Yay! Okay, so you guys know I am a 2-coat girly, so first we're gonna do 1 coat, really pack it in there and see what effect it gives us. Okay, so first coat is looking good. I forgot to disclaim, I do have decent lashes. I do use an eyelash serum, but I will always let you guys know like what mascaras do the most for me. It definitely gave me some length, some separation, and a little bit of volume. The actual formula is pretty dry, which is interesting because sometimes with these type of brushes, usually like they're not that dry, but I'm very hopeful that the second coat will give us a lot of volume. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a very generous second coat and really just work it in and see what it will do for my lashes. Okay, so that is 2 coats. I like it. I think it's nice. It's not my favorite. I don't think it's like a really, really good mascara, but I don't think it's a bad mascara at all. I think if you like a drier formula, a silicone wand, and you like very separated lashes with a little bit of volume, a little bit of length, nothing clumpy, but like nice and defined, I think it's really pretty. I definitely am missing length and volume though, but I do think this is nice. I think it's okay. I give like a 7 out of 10. The last product that I have for you guys is right here, which again, very interesting. It's called the Drunk and Diamonds Plumping Lip Balm. They did send over the shade 30. I couldn't care it less. That's cute. It says it's a plumping lip balm for a luminous finish. What does this even look like? Wait, that's actually really pretty. Plumping lip balm though. I will add a lip liner. I just kind of see how it looks first. It's definitely pigmented and it's giving 90s. It feels lightweight. It feels like a lipstick, like a hydrating lipstick. I don't know how it's gonna plump. It does kind of smell and taste like candy. I'm gonna do a lip liner off camera and I'll be right back and we'll put this on and finish off the video. This looks horrendous. I did go in with Hard Candy in the shade Boyfriend because I needed like a deeper lip liner, and then I will put this in the middle and just see if I can make it like a lip combo. I don't know if it's plumping. I didn't feel any plumping, but it's just like a lip balm, really, with a little bit of, I don't know, with a little bit of pigment. I do think that this is a pretty lip combo. I don't feel it plumping or anything like that, but it does look pretty. It's okay. So, yeah. Anyways, that is the end of the video. I think the highlights are definitely the primer, the concealer, the foundation, and the powder blush, and the eyeshadow. I think I didn't dislike anything, but I think those are my standout products that I really love. Yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. I will link everything down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!